Hello there, Nocturnes. So for tonight, it's a spontaneous episode since I'm on production break for Unplugged. But I've decided to continue my uploads to the Surviving College playlist just to oblige you. And of course, I don't want to disappoint my subscribers and to the loyal Nocturnes out there. So this episode, okay, this open or rather spontaneous episode, I'm going to talk about what to do if you're thinking about quitting school. Alright, we know that at the time this is uploaded, face to face classes are about to resume. And soon, all institutions would conduct face to face classes. And this topic on quitting school is very relevant because it's another adjustment, no? So, if right now you're thinking about not going to college just yet, like taking a break for a year after senior high school, by the way, my audience right now, my intended audience is senior high school and those who are studying in college now but on the verge of quitting. Okay, here's my advice. I believe in the principle that you're never too old to learn. I have heard of stories of senior citizens graduating from school, high school even, at such age, like 80 years old or 60 years old, but they're never, criticized for it. Well, if some criticize them, then those people may probably just do not know their backgrounds, but they're widely praised for their efforts. And usually the reasons for graduating late is due to financial reasons. Now, what if your reasons are, let's say, psychological? It's because you need more time to find yourself or because you feel you don't fit the formal education setup. Okay, if that's your reason, okay, if it's not financial, then I advise you to, before you quit, okay, look for alternative systems of learning. There are many nowadays. I think if you feel that you can no longer adapt to the system of whichever school you're enrolled in, why not explore MOOCs? MOOCs, okay, stands for Massive Open Online Courses or Contents. It is where you can get certification for completing a course without having enrolled in a particular institution. It means it's accessible to as in anyone. That's why it's open. It can have thousands of students for a particular course. You may try that, but the but it still entails paying. Some courses they entail fees still. And yet they're accessible to anyone who wants to take up those courses. Alright? So if you're thinking of quitting right now, I think before you do that, alright, and if ever you do have a choice to stop, before you do that, okay, I think it's already overrated to tell you to think of the consequences, but to make a follow up on that advice, okay, to think of the consequences, let me share you one story. I had a former student who did not graduate with his, well, he graduated technically, but he wasn't allowed to march on the stage due to his lacking requirements for many subjects or few subjects. But his lacking requirements prevented him from getting on stage. I saw him, okay, that during that graduation ceremony before the pandemic happened. He was there. He was part of the audience. The following day, when I encountered him along the hallway, he really told me teary-eyed that he it's like he didn't say the exact words, but I could tell through his expression that he had wanted to be part of, you know, of the group that would go up on stage. He wanted to be with his batchmates on stage and not just an audience. Maybe at first he thought, okay, when he was feeling demotivated, he wouldn't get that feeling. He wouldn't regret not getting up on stage. But when it happened, when he saw his batchmates on stage while him just sitting down, he felt, I think, yes, he just that's the only time he felt guilty, or that's the only time he felt self pity for himself. Oh, self pity for himself is redundant. Anyway, so there. If you think that you wouldn't regret something just because it hasn't happened yet, well, most of the time or sometimes we're wrong. We only get the regret when it happens. And if ever you're thinking about quitting school for legit for okay, I think I am no, in no position to tell you if your reasons are legitimate or not, but if it's yes, as a result of demotivation, then probably that's the only advice I can give you. Look for alternative systems of learning. And if ever you have the choice to to stop temporarily, go ahead, but face the consequences. If you do decide to return to school, if you're going, let's say, going on AWOL, absence without leave, you will have to secure clearances from different offices before you can actually go back. The process is really tiring. So if you're going to quit school and then return again, you will have to undergo the same bureaucratic process of applying to your desired program. That's the consequence you'll have to live with if you decide to stop. So there you have it. So continue surviving in the dark until the next episode. I might temporarily do spontaneous videos like this, okay, until I resume my uploading journey for Unplugged. So see you on the next episode.